Facebook Live, we have arrived. One more time, y'all. Let's get it in.
Conference muted. Conference recording started.
I want to thank everybody for chiming in. This is Watchman Derrick Yisrael, also known as Pastor Derrick, on the early what I see these Christian prayer line on this 12th day in July 2024. We back at it for some more. We still in the John series, John 21. John 21. Thank the Most High for Elder Joseph holding down the conference line. Got Ed up in here. Got my mother in here. Got Mother Joyce in here as well. My big sister Fee is in the building. Al, Mal, my pal. I'm asking for healing from the Most High for Al, Fee, her husband, Mother Joyce, and my mom, and Ed. Actually, yeah. That the Most High be merciful and render healing. Brian Porter and Mother Katie and her husband as well. And Randall's heart and the loss of his child. We just did all this praying, so I'm not going to go back down the prayer line. I'm just believing the Most High for healing. John 21, look what it says. It says, after these things, Yahushua showed himself again to the disciples at the Sea of Tiberias. And on this wise showed he himself. And there were together Simon Peter and Thomas called Didymus, and Nathanael of Cana in Galilee, and the sons of Zebedee, and two other of his disciples. And Simon Peter said unto them, I go a fishing. And they said unto him, we also go with thee. And they went forth and entered into a ship immediately, and that night they caught nothing. I want to stop right there, because you got to understand the climate. And the climate, Mom and Sarah, Sneed and Nicole, the climate is that the Messiah just died, rose again, showed himself onto them. He did breathe the Ruah into them, but it's not the same. From a carnal standpoint, it is not the same. They had an instructor physically with them in navigating them, Leslie Sutton. And he showed up in spirit form, but they're not used to that. That's different, Rhea. It isn't the same to have somebody physically with you and teaching you, and where they go, you go. But now you're lightweight, ordering your own footsteps, for the lack of a better term. It's a shifting gears. Are y'all with me? So when Peter said, I go a fishing, you got to remember that was his original occupation. And so now that the Messiah was gone, he rose again, but he still don't know what to do. He don't know where to go from there. So he went back to what he was used to. The way this is phrased, I go a fishing, is a term that would indicate I'm going back to my old occupation, what I know to do, what I was doing when I first met the Messiah. I was fishing. That is lightweight, a backslider's statement or position that he's in. I'm going back to my old occupation, what I was doing before I met the Messiah, now that he's gone. Okay, he died on a tree, that's cool. But I'm done. I'm going back. I want y'all to see that. So, the third verse, Simon Peter said unto them, I go a-fishing. And they said unto him, we also go with thee. They're backsliding with. Okay, we rocking with you, man. And they went forth and entered into a ship. And immediately that night they caught nothing. So the Most High said, no, dried up their efforts, Gene. Yeah. He called him out of that. He said, drop your nets. I'll make you fishermen of men. There's a call on this life. Are y'all with me? Stay with me. We're going to get through this. Don Deems, stay with me. And the fourth verse said, but when the morning was now come, Yahushua stood on the shore. But the disciples knew not it was Yahushua. You with me, Barbara? Fifth verse, John 21:5. Then Yahushua said unto them, children, have you any meat? They answered him, no. I mean, you didn't catch nothing, huh? The answer was no. And he said unto them, cast thy net on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. And they cast therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitude of fish. Can y'all see that? Therefore, that disciple whom Yahushua loved said unto Peter, it's Yahushua. It's Yeshua, rather. Yeah. And he girt his fisher coat onto him, for he was naked. That don't mean butt naked, y'all. But he was naked, and did cast himself into the sea. And the other disciples came in a little ship, for they were not far from land, but as it were 200 cubits, dragging the net with the fish. And as soon then as they were come to the land, they saw a fire of coals there, and fish laid thereon, and bread. And Yahushua said on them, bring other fish, which you have now caught. And Simon Peter went up and drew the net to the land full of great fishes, 153. And for all there were so many, yet was not the net broken. There's so much, spiritual food, in that, because he gives us a net to draw his children, his people in as well. But let me keep teaching. 12th verse. And Yahushua said on them, come and dine. And none of the disciples durst ask him, who art thou? Knowing that it was Yahushua. And Yahushua then cometh and taketh bread and giveth them, and fish likewise. This is now the third time that Yahushua showed himself to his disciples. And after that, he was after that he was risen from the dead. So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? What do y'all think he was referring to when he said, lovest thou me more than these? Seeing it's all that demeanor, he was Daniel Sneed, he went back a fishing. He went back to his old occupation, Don Deems. Demeanor, he went back to his old occupation. And so the Messiah told them to cast their net on the other side of the ship because they hadn't caught nothing. Letting it be known that when you're with the Most High, even your work will work if you lined up with his will, if you're listening to him. Now, he's audible in the body, so they heard him loud and clear, Jeff Brown. And so they dropped a net on the right side, right, Latricia Johnson, and then they pulled the ship in, Leslie Sutton, Logan. They pulled the fish, they pulled the fish in. So now he's serving them food, but they got all this fish. They got all this fish. And the 15th verse say, John 20:15 said, so when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? I'm sure he wasn't looking at the other disciples and asking them, do you love me more than the other disciples? I believe he was talking about the fish. What y'all think? You'd rather go back and start fishing as opposed to fishing for men now? When I met you, I said, drop your net and I'll make you fishermen of men. Y'all see that? So when they had dined, 15th verse, y'all. So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? And he said unto him, yeah, Adonai, thou knowest I love thee. And he said unto him, feed my lambs. Now, as I remember when I looked this up, it's been a while since I looked into it, but if I remember correctly, the love that the Messiah was talking about was the unconditional love, the complete love. Now, we came up with that agape and philo and all that, but if you get to do a deep study on that Greek love and those Greek terms, they were kind of like sick. So I don't want to get too deep into that, like right now, that part of it. But a lot of things, like, it works for us. Don't get it twisted. We go for what we got out of it, what it means to us. And when your heart is pure before Yah, he accepts it. Back to the point. There's a certain level of love that Yahushua is asking, do you love me? And this is the complete and total, committed, complete love. Are y'all with me, Victoria? And if I remember my study correctly, Peter answered, thou knowest I love thee, with more of a friend type of a love. It wasn't the complete love that the Messiah was asking him. Right? Back to the lesson. So the 16th verse teaches us, y'all look it up though, the difference in the love that the Messiah is asking him versus the love he was agreeing to. But the 16th verse says, no, well, let me give you this part. And he said unto him, feed my lambs. Now the lambs are babies, is what baby sheep is what he's referring to, right? And he said to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Again, that's that complete love, the dedicated, loyal to death love, that I'll never let you go love. And he said on him, yea, Adonai, thou knowest I love thee. And again, he's responding with that same type of love, right? Listen. And he said unto him, feed my sheep. Now he said, feed the sheep, right? Now remember, the scenario is I called you to be a fisherman of men, and you turned back to a fisherman of fish. Do you love this more than me? See, let me explain something to y'all. We got ministry and we got our natural occupation. From a theological standpoint, Matthew 6:33 says, first seek the kingdom of Yah and his righteousness, and all this other stuff will be added to you. So the necessities of life will be added to you by the Most High when you're doing his will. Because the most important out of the two is his will, the Most High's will. When we were without Yah in the world, it was only natural to do our natural born thing. So you're going to school and you're learning for a natural occupation to make a natural living for you and your family. That's off top. If we search Torah, you'll find out that's what we're supposed to be doing. He said, even when you're in the land of captivity, go on and make a living for yourself. Go on and buy houses and marry and live. Why? Because you're going to be here for a while. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be born in captivity and die in captivity and believing that they're at home. They've been there so long and they're going to feel like they're at home. That's fine. That's totally scripture. But you got to know a shift. When a shift happens, the awakening is a shift because now we know who we are, and now we are reminded and know historically. We already knew it historically, but we didn't get it spiritually. But now we know historically we're in the land of captivity. We found out in Deuteronomy 30 that we will wake up to who we are and whose we are in the land of captivity. And there is a shift that happens. Because now you can see the world for what it is. What, you trying to be in the music business? Don't you see the music business? Yeah, you can do music, but are you trying to be in the music business up under these Luciferians that write the big checks? Because if you're in the business, in the movie business, in the music business, in the entertainment business, up under these jokers that write these big checks, you got to sell your soul. I posted a video on my page. Listen to me, Taylor. I posted a video on my page, and the subtlety of selling your soul is when you start getting a lot of influence. Listen to me. When you start getting a lot of influence, they come for you. Yeah. And they'll offer you a sponsorship deal. But with the sponsorship deal, there's criteria, right? And the criteria is you got to be a brand ambassador. You're ambassador of the brand. They finna cut you some millions too, right? Your name is a household name, so you become a brand ambassador. And when you become a brand ambassador, there's criteria. And there's certain things that the brand stand for. And this is a behind the scenes type of a conversation. So you got to be down like with pride, and you got to be down with the trans. And you can't speak against this, and you can't be a voice for that, because you'll be smearing the brand, they'll tell you. Are y'all listening? And you got to identify with certain things and disassociate yourself with other things. Y'all listening? And you got to sign the contract. They finna pay you. But that's how you sell your soul. Because they'll have you agreeing with things that goes directly against the Most High. Yeah. We got to be careful about what we associate with, which opens up a whole nother lesson that I want to teach right now. But I'm going to stick with this. But in short, did you know all you got to do is agree with something and you're a part of it? If you sign a contract saying, okay, I'm not going to speak against this group of people, even though what they're doing is satanic as heck, but they just shut you up. You're not going to speak against it. And if anything, you're going to speak for it. Right? You sold your soul. Because you know it goes against the Most High, and now you're teaching and preaching. So what they do is that anyone in our communities that have influence, they become the influencer of the influence. Are y'all listening? They influence who influence. They don't have to have influence. They want to control who do. And they control who they give influence to. If you gain influence without them, they'll pay you for it. Because they want to control all influence. That's the spirit of the devil. That's the power of the prince of the air. That's the Luciferians working behind the scene. The particular brother that was disclosing this information, is more than one people to disclose it, but this particular one knew after he said no, he was going to jail. And right after that, they turned the media machine against him. And then they framed him, and then he ended up in jail. There's consequences when you go against the devil. Are y'all listening? But anytime you endorse, just be careful. Anytime you endorse something, you sold your soul to it. You're a servant to it. If you're a servant to sin, if you're sinning, you're a servant to sin. And if you're a servant of the Most High, you're a servant to righteousness. You choose. But look what it's saying. 16th verse. And he said to him again the second time, Simon Peter, said to Jonas, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, yeah, thou knowest I love thee. And he said unto him, feed my sheep. And he said unto him the third time. Are y'all listening? Because remember, he denied him 3 times. Can y'all see that? You got to undo some stuff. We like to just go on like it's nothing. We like to apologize and just go on about our business. No, we got to be down with Yah and undo the damage that we did. We got people watching us, and here it is. He's denying him. So he asked him how many times he denied him? Thrice before the cock crowed. Well, right now he's asking him the third time, the same thing. You got to answer for that. You're ashamed of the Messiah. You're ashamed of the truth. You're ashamed of the gospel. When the Most High said, no, stand up for me now. How many times you denied me? 3 times? Stand up. Yeah, undo that. Listen. Let me say this. All you got to do is undo it once in your heart and keep it, you good. But he will send you to fix some stuff. And obviously, in this case, the equivalent amount of times that he denied him was the equivalent amount of time that he asked him the question in front of everybody. Are y'all listening? And he said on him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? And Peter was grieved. Listen. Peter was grieved because he said on him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Master, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. And Yahushua said on him, feed my sheep. So, what he's pushing, listen to me. what he's pushing is you want to be caught up in this world over the work of the ministry. Some people is down with that. Some people is so caught up in the world, so caught up in the money, so caught up in physical success, and our life is hecka short here. We can die any moment. Ramon Price. And folks don't understand how they be selling their soul. It ain't got to be just for rock and roll. When you're working so much that you don't have time for ministry, you don't have time for the work of the ministry, you don't have time for Yah, you don't support ministry, you rather support things that seem to be good. The only thing that's good on earth is Yah. And when you look at this world and what it's really about, it's not cool, y'all. The biggest thing we can do is serve Yah. First seek the kingdom of Yah and his righteousness. All this other stuff, how you going to take the vessel of honor and it's too busy doing secular stuff? You too busy doing security that you can't even work in the ministry or support ministry. You can't do the call on your life. You know that come from the devil? Did you know there's some people that turn down jobs and opportunities just so they can have time for the Most High? Did you know there's people that walk in that level of selflessness, Rhonda Ponder, that I'm talking about good paying situations, and they can use the money. But their faith is not in the money. Their faith is in the source and not the resource. Money is a resource. You want the real source, of course. Yeah, I divorce the resource if I have to for the real source. Listen. So the third time he asked him, he was grieved. Oh, man, come on now. You denied him 3 times. Why can't he ask you? Yeah. That was a complete denial. 3 times. So he completely asked you. That was the deal when I met you. Drop your nets. Now you're back going to fishing, and the disciples followed you too? No, we got to undo that. We got to get understanding right here. I'm asking you 3 times. Yeah, your flesh is going to be grieved when you obey Yah. Because it's the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profits nothing. He that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin. Yeah, your flesh is going to be very unhappy with you when you stop sinning. When you start obeying Yah and not living by your desires, what it look like, what it smell like, what it tastes like, what it sound like, and what it feel like, yeah, you're going to be grieved. He was grieved. Why you keep asking me that? Because you need to learn this. You went back a fishing. You turned your back on me and start chasing money. Folks going to secular school, take up all their doggone time. Don't have no time for Yah. Get money, run off. Try to treat Yah like he's a stripper. Throw him a stripper tip. So some folks get money, start winning, and throw the Most High a stripper tip and go on about their doggone business. Go up the coast somewhere. Traveling, living large. Forgot about the ministry. Listen, can I teach? Can I tell you all the truth? Bad decision. 18th verse, look what it says. Verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself, and walkest thither thou wouldest. But when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hands, and another shall gird thee, and carry thee whither thou wouldest not. This spake he, signifying by what death he would glorify Yah. And when he had spoken this, he said on him, follow me. Did you know what he said to him? He said in the early part, listen, in the early part of your life, you was free to come and go as you please. But in the latter part of your life, you're going to be imprisoned. People going to take authority over it. They're going to physically take you. And they're going to take you places you don't want to go. In the jail cells, and lead you about. Eventually, they killed him. Are y'all listening? Can I continue to teach? You're right, Sneed. 100%. But listen. This spake he, signifying by what death he should glorify the Most High. Now, you notice he called it glory again. We've been really getting into glory in the teaching of the book of John. And what glorifies the Most High, I'm telling you something, is the denial of the flesh, is being rescued from your wicked human nature and beginning to do the will of Yah even till death. Fulfilling the call in your life is what glorifies the Most High. His word went out of his mouth, which was the Messiah, robed in the body, and did not return void, but accomplished what he pleased. What he pleased, to live the perfect example for us, thereby giving us the word, and then going back to the Father. But that same word that he left with us is going to do the same thing in us, because it's the same word that went out of the Most High's mouth. Now the greater one is living in us, and it's going to transform us by the renewing of our mind. See, people love to talk about the death, burial, and resurrection of the Messiah, but they fail to study Romans the 6th chapter, because it's your death, your burial, and your resurrection. For if we have been planted in the likeness of his death, we should be also in the likeness of his resurrection. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we should not serve sin, for he that is dead is free from sin. Did y'all see that? That's our death, burial, resurrection too. The same word that went out of the Most High's mouth, that was robed in flesh, that lived a perfect example, so we could be reconciled with that very same word, is now baptized inside of us via the Ruah. What kind of Ruah is it? Holy, Kadesh. The Ruach HaKodesh. That same word that was baptized inside of us is going to transform us, and we're going to do the same work the Messiah did, and then the word is going to return back to the Father, thereby glorifying him, thereby us being glorified as well. Y'all put a 1 in here if y'all was with that. If you're with that, put a 1 up in here. Listen. So the 19th verse, this spake he, signifying what death he should glorify Yah. And when he had thus spoken, he said unto them, follow me. So the 20th verse teaches us, then Peter turning about, seeing the disciples whom Yahushua loved, following, which also leaned on his breast at supper, and said, Master, which is he that betrayeth thee? Y'all know that's Yachanan, right? John, right? Again, 21st. Then Peter turning about, seeing the disciples who Yahushua loved, following, which also leaned on his breast at supper, and said, Master, which is he that betrayeth thee? And Peter seeing him saith to Yahushua, Master, and what shall this man do? Listen to this. And Yahushua said unto him, If I will that he tarry till I come, what is it to thee? Follow thou me. Did y'all hear that answer? Edna, do you know what Peter was doing? Peter still was growing spiritually. So he was accusing the Messiah of having favoritism. So he just checked him 3 times, asked him, do you love fishing more than me? Because he was going back to his old occupation. So he was ministering to him heavily, to the point that now Peter feels some kind of way. And then the Messiah told him how he was going to die too. He said, you're going to end up being captured and taken and then killed. Oh, y'all listening? So Peter looked at John, since the Messiah and John had a close relationship. He said, what's going to happen to him? Y'all see that in there? And then the Messiah looked at Peter and said, if I have him tarry here until I return. That was going to be a long time. He said, but if I have him live here until, what business is yours? You follow me. Did y'all hear that? The Messiah didn't play that stuff we play. We look at the cross at other folk. We struggling going through, they get a big old check. We struggling, giving out every pocket we got. We helping folks in every way we know how, and then you look up and somebody just, boom, hit the lotto. Hit the lottery, boom. And now we hate, now we jealous. And the Most High is, so we asking y'all, how did they get blessed in all what I've been doing for you? And he said, man, mind your business. Follow me. Is y'all listening to that? Can y'all see that? You've been wanting a spouse all this time, doing what he said. They fornicating and everything. They chasing the spouse so bad they can't even serve y'all. They on a hunt. They looking for a man in the daytime with a flashlight. Is y'all listening? You run around here obeying y'all, waiting on your husband. And all of a sudden, boom, you look up, they married. Posting and celebrating. They fornicating and everything. Now they married. And you want to go to y'all. What about? He said, so mind your business and follow me. Because everybody got their own path. And everybody got their call. And you definitely don't want to compare yourself to sellouts. Is y'all listening? You don't want to compare yourself to sellouts. People that's really not down with y'all. Mind your business. Stay prayerful. Don't be a hater. Be a congratulator. Is y'all listening, Ferguson? I'll keep teaching. What's for you, y'all gonna give it to you. And what's not for you, he not. And you ain't gonna persuade him, twist his arm, because you in other folks' business. Can I keep teaching? You do yourself a disservice when you start coming to y'all with a comparison analysis. You don't know, because you know we don't know. You don't know why y'all did that or give a certain people certain things. You look up, they're in a fat house. You've been praying for a house, they're in a fat house. Ain't done half what you did for y'all, and now your lip poked out. Yeah. Y'all had some folks born blind for his glory. Y'all took a man's wife that he ain't ever slept with and had the Messiah born this man's wife without his permission. Y'all will use who he'll use, and he'll use them how he gonna use them. Some folks was born here when, right post our maximum slavery. And then pre what we finna go through here on earth. Whoever's here in a few years, it ain't gonna look the same like it do right now. You get jealous about that. Man, they was born perfectly. They was born at this time, and they didn't have to do, go through near what the slaves went through. And then right before COVID hit, they went home to be with y'all. Are y'all listening? We can start comparing stuff and get jealous, feel some kind of way. Mind your business. Y'all know what he's doing in you. And he know why he's doing what he's doing in you and through you. Even what he's doing to you. Oh, talk back to me. Listen. 21st verse. Peter seeing him said to Yahushua, Master, what shall this man do? And Yahushua said unto him, if I will that he tarry till I come, what is to thee? Follow thou me. 23rd verse. Then went this saying abroad among the brethren, that the disciple should not die. Yet Yahusha did not. Yet Yahusha said not unto him that he should not die. But if I will that he tarry till I come, what is to thee? See, and folks, and you see how rumors start? See how false doctrines start? Now folks believing that he was going to live until the Messiah came back. He didn't say that. Just like people believe it's an angel language, Melissa, because of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, let me make sure they still in here, because whoever called just messed me up. Goodness. How do I get back? I got back. That's how rumors get started, y'all. And false they out, y'all. I don't know how much they missed. My bad. I didn't hear nothing either. Let me get them back in. That is not good, y'all. I can't say that. There ain't no telling how long they've been gone. Heck of people left too. That's too bad. How long ago did they leave? What time? They've been gone a minute too.
Hello. Please enter your 6-digit conference code. Welcome to free conference calling. The conference has not started. We will now connect you to your call. There are 3 attendees in this conference.
Sorry, y'all. I didn't know y'all was gone. I apologize. I had no idea y'all was gone. Thank y'all for coming back in. That's the only thing I can say. Let me see. Let me check. Yeah, y'all been gone a minute. That's too bad. Anyway, let me keep teaching. I wish I'd have known. I started 21 again. And Peter seeing him, said to Yahusha, Master, what shall this man do? And Yahusha said unto him, if I will that he tarry till I come, what is it to thee? Follow thou me. Then went this saying abroad among the brethren. See, here we go. That the disciple should not die. Yet Yahusha said not unto him, he should not die. But if I will that he tarry till I come, what is it to thee? What business of it? What business is it of how is that your business? And that's just a point blank real answer. What is it to you? What, you want to accuse me? Everybody's road is different. And you'll know why, I'd imagine, in the by and by. Right? But you can't run up on Yah because they paid and you not. And you want to compare, what all you did for Yah and why is he blessing them? Are you with me? You want to be down with Yah for your life, and everyone got a storus, which is the torture stake, what they call the cross. A storus, a torture stake. You got your own thing, and you got your own call, which differs from somebody else's. Now, great case scenario, if it was up to Yah, when he blessed those to be prosperous, if you study 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter, 2 Corinthians, the 9th chapter, both of those 9 chapters, you'll find that when he blessed people abundantly, if they belong to the Most High, they're going to support the ministry abundantly. And if they don't, they're not. It's just simple and plain. And if he bless you with the word abundantly, you're supposed to preach and teach abundantly. If he give you a gift of whatever it might be, you should do it in abundance. And you should do it willfully and cheerfully. And you can't get into the comparison analysis. That's what 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, was trying to teach us. That he gives us different assignments and different gifts and different callings. And everyone should be walking in a lane for the function of the body. And that's what Ephesians, the 4th chapter, was trying to teach us. We should be working together for the perfecting of the body. And if some people don't use their gifts because they too busy chasing a bag, they too busy being worldly, they too busy trying to make it in this temporary world, what is it to you? Our only concern should be if you see somebody overtaken in a fault, you with your spiritual try to restore them in the spirit of meekness. Consider your own self, lest I also be tempted. But we should have the spirit of reconciliation. We should have the spirit of love. We should care. Now it's up to them if they're going to be recovered or not and start doing the will of Yah. Are y'all with me? So the 24th verse teaches us, this is the disciple which testified to these things and wrote these things. And we know that his testimony is true. That's the one that they thought was going to live forever. Well, he's living through this epistle. 25th verse teaches us. And there are also many other things which Yahushua did, the which, if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. Most High did a lot of things on earth, y'all, but in the 21st verse, we really saw how he addressed Peter backsliding, because that's what that was. And it was predicated on change. There was a change that happened. He died on a tree for you and me. And now he wasn't with them and leading them like that no more. And that was foreign territory for Peter and the rest of the apostles. But with Peter going back to his original occupation should disclose to us and differentiate between worldly success and the things of the Most High. Worldly work, worldly education versus Yali work and Yali education. Secular information versus spiritual. All that was, I see in this chapter. Excuse me. Are y'all with me? And I see that the same guy, Peter, that denied him 3 times when he was going to go die, that hadn't gotten addressed yet. He told Peter it was going to happen, but it hadn't gotten addressed. So he addressed it when he was in his backslidden state. You love this fish? You love your job? Who love their job more than Yah? Don't have time for Yah because of they chasing the bag. They job, their occupation. That's what he was dealing with Peter. You love these fish more than you love me. You love going back. You want to go back now? You forgot that you're supposed to be a fisherman of men. You got a work to do. There's a call on your life. How many of y'all got a call on your life that you're refusing to neglect for worldly causes? How many of y'all would rather be down with Yah, the things of Yah, than this worldly wicked? This is a wicked place. And we should have the revelation of where we are. Not only whose we are, but where we are. We are in Babylon. And it's plain. All the music and the movies and the entertainment are all satanic as heck. Are y'all listening? You should be able to see it. Everything they do is a lie. All they do is lie. They lie. They setting you up for destruction. Can't you see the enemy working through these people that's leading everybody, the whole world to hell and destruction? You can't see that? It's going to happen. Sometimes people just need a building to fall on their head. It's happening right now. And those who the Most High illuminate and wake up, you stop chasing money, especially to spiritual detriment. You shouldn't be making money, wicked money. The answer should be no. I'm not doing that. I'm not supporting that. I'm not saying that. Like I told y'all about how they get you to sell your soul is through sponsorship agreements and stuff like that. Becoming a brand ambassador. And if you become the brand ambassador, you got to sign off on some stuff. You got to go along with some stuff. And the stuff you got to sign off on goes against Yah, and the things that you support goes against Yah. And you'll sign the contract, and they'll give you millions. They'll give you millions, but you sold your soul. No, you didn't go into a seance and into a dark room. Some people do, but that's not necessarily how you do it. It's you agreed to not speak against something that the Most High would tell you to speak against. You signed the contract for money. Okay, I ain't gonna talk against them. Okay, and then you want to play the game. Oh, that because everyone have a right to love. Well, now you got to justify your wickedness. No, y'all don't want a man with a man, a woman with a woman. He don't want you changing your gender. But if they give you the money, you got to go along with that, and not speak against it. You got to take certain position. You sold your soul. Yeah. And then if you don't sell your soul, then they can come after you. Well, they just got to do what they got to do. If you belong to Yah. And he will not suffer you to be tempted above that which you are able. But with the temptation, make a way of escape that you might be able to bear it. Are y'all listening? Oh, we talking today. How many of y'all will bail out before you sell out? Right? Sell Yah out. How many of y'all would rather bail out before you sell out? Put a 3 in here. You would bail out before you sell out. If you agree, put a 3. You ain't going for the shenanigans. You're not. I'll bail out. I did already though. I'll do it again if I got to. But I missed out on all kind of stuff, man. Which it is what it is. I saw also being like Peter. You see other people prosper. You know what I mean? And you can start looking at yourself like, man, all the work I do for Yah, and you're going to let them prosper. And Yah answered me or anybody else just like he did Peter. What's it to you what they doing? Ain't none of your business. How about that? Quit hating. Yeah. I denounce this place and I accept Yahushua in the reconciliation of Yahuwah. I'm reconciled with the word of Yahuwah. Period. Y'all agree? Put a 4. I denounce this wicked world and this wicked system, and I accept Yahushua as Mashiach and master of my life. If you agree with that, put a 4. Oh, without question. That's how he do it, Rhea. That's what the endorsements is for. That's what the promotions are for. Anyone, in order for you to make it right now, he has a clause. If the Most High allow you to pave another way, he take you another route for you to prosper, then it's cool. But if you go through the system, you got to sell your soul, or it ain't gonna happen. They'll block you and or destroy you. But you ain't gonna prosper. You ain't gonna be the one that got all this influence. The more influence you got, the more they're interested in you. And they'll pay you for it. It's either consent or conquest. If you start getting influence and become popular, you start getting impressions, you move in the masses. Oh man, they don't want that. Not unless you pushing Lucifer's agenda. Satan's agenda. Are y'all listening? Yeah. That's why they went after T.D. Jakes. He had the whole country. You know they got to get him. And after they got him, I heard the meeting that they took him into after they got him. And after they got him, he subscribed to Catholicism and started talking about Constantine. I heard T.D. Jakes preach Constantine in the equivalence of the apostles, of the disciples. I heard it myself with my own ears. He preached a beautiful message, and then he added in Constantine. You think he did that because he wanted to? No. He didn't consent at first. It was conquest. They conquered him. Then he consented. That's how they come for you. Because of the influence. He had too much influence. Dr. Monroe had a lot of influence, and he started talking about how they gave us Jesus. See, he was teaching. He was preaching the heck out of Jesus and the whole 9 yard. Great teacher too. But he found out some stuff, and he started teaching it. And at that time, him and his wife and his staff was on his private plane, and the plane went down, and they dead. Obviously, he didn't accept the offer. Obviously. T.D. Jakes accepted the offer. That's just how it worked. Peter looking at John, mind your business, because sufficient is the evil that you got to face, that I got to face, you got to face. We all got to face. Some people sell out to make it in the industry. Some people sell out for a man. Some people don't take a lot. You got some women that be doing good until they meet a man. They hit the mattress with the man illegally, and then they gone. Now the Bible ain't the Bible no more. Now they black power. Now they cliche positive. Yeah, you went from holy to positive, huh? Some men, same thing. Meet a woman, they gone. Sell out for a relationship. But we put a foe. Y'all want to put some more? We ain't with that. We holding on to Yah until he come get us. And whatever he say happen in our life, that's just what happens. Florence Stewart. It is what it is. We're casting our cares upon him, knowing that he cares. And we know that greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world. And he will not suffer us to be tempted above that which we're able. But with the temptation, make a way of escape that we might be able to bear it. That's it. In order for us to hold on to our confession of faith, we need him. And he gonna come through too. Period. He gonna come through. Yahuwah. He gonna come through. Period. That's it. So let's pray. Put 5 on it. Because he gonna come through. Put 5 on it. Are y'all with me? Hallelujah. Put 5 on. Spirit of living Elohim, we love you and thank you for your ruah, your spirit. Thank you for illuminating your children, quickening us and making us alive. We're alive in you because of your ruah HaKodesh. Oh, what a brilliant chapter. Seeing how you dealt with a backslider and how he got to wiggling. And you told him even the death that he would die. And he got to looking at somebody else who you think you favor. You favor us all. What you say on the one, you say on the all. And you let us know that told us don't have a favoritism. Hallelujah. Yahuwah. Yakanan loved you a certain way, so you reciprocated. Hallelujah. Yahuwah. And we need to love you in our own way as well. Illuminate your children and quicken us, cause us to walk according to the leading of your Ruah, and use us how you see fit. We are along for the ride. As long as you ride in us, you baptize yourself inside of us to lead and guide us in all truth, and we thank you for that. Present us blameless, and in the interim, use us and then bring us on home, that we might live with you in eternity, and we'll be careful to give you the praise and the honor, not only now, but forever. In the matchless name Yahushua, we humbly pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And amen. That was the lesson for the day. I pray we all continue to obey everything the Most High say. Okay? Okay. All right, y'all. That was it. That was the lesson. I'm gonna have to make it up to those that got kicked out. I didn't know they was gone, and they've been gone a minute, so they missed the lesson. I'll go on and try to get it to them via message. Other than that, bless you, Araya. I pray we all continue to grow, and unmerited favor, and that we continue to be used by him. Is that all right? Let's continue to pray for each other. Pray for, again, Brian Porter, and pray for Yolanda Adams, and pray for my brother Gene. Special prayer for him and the call that's on his life, and special prayer for Randall and the loss of his child, and pray for Jasmine Cornejo, that the Most High heal that tumor. We believe him for that, and pray for Leroy lungs and Mother Joyce lungs and my mother eyes. Hallelujah. Pray for my sister husband Mike. Continue to heal him in his body. Big Sean needs a prayer in his body. Ed needs healing in his body. Al needs healing in his body. Hallelujah. As well. And the effectual fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. And I thank all y'all. Thank everybody that pushed the tag, the share button, sharing your platforms with the truth of the word. Thank everybody that tag. And I'm speaking a special blessing on those that financially support the ministry. That's ministry too. And it should be an ongoing thing. You just don't do it like you're tipping every now and then. You're supposed to support ministry. And I thank the Most High for everyone in this ministry that does. And I pray for those that don't, that they realize that they should. Yeah, they should. And I pray that they do. So, pray for John Heem. We'll be praying for John Heem as well. Hallelujah. Yeah, y'all add John Heem to the prayer list as well. Hallelujah. All right, I love y'all. Bless you, Sneed. Bless you. We absolutely love you and the family. And may the Most High continue to Baruch y'all. Okay, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Y'all want to talk about it? 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Again, 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Y'all be Baruch. And